Welcome to the Samurai's Guide to Work-Life Mastery, where ancient wisdom meets modern productivity. This show blends timeless Japanese philosophies with practical tools to help you create balance, purpose, and harmony in your work and life. Each season, we explore one of Steve Beauchamp's transformative books, uncovering actionable strategies and insights to help you thrive. This season, we're exploring Always Improving, Lessons from the Samurai, a guide designed to take you on a journey into the principles of Bushidō, offering practical strategies for navigating modern challenges with discipline, purpose, and harmony. Steve Beauchamp is a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, project management expert, and lifelong student of Japanese culture. As an author, speaker, and coach, he is dedicated to helping leaders and professionals achieve work-life harmony through continuous improvement in the wisdom of Bushidō. So you're in the right place, whether you're looking to find balance, spark your creativity, or lead with purpose. Get ready to embark on a journey toward mastery, one principle at a time.
Welcome to episode number 2. If you join me on episode 1, you'll know that on this episode, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the meaning behind Bushidō and Kaizen. It's an opportunity for us to dig a little bit into these just so we can get a better understanding of how they can connect to helping us build that life that we want, that has harmony and resilience. So Bushidō is defined and translated as the way of the warrior, typically. And when you break down the different kanji that make up the word Bushidō, it's made of Bu, Shi, and Do. So Bu is translated as the art of war or martial arts. Shi can be translated and interpreted as man or samurai. And Do is the way or method. And so when you put all of those together, you end up with the way of the warrior. And the Bushidō code is, as I indicated in the first episode, is broken down into 8 virtues. So there's justice, courage, compassion, respect, integrity, honor, loyalty, and self-control. The interesting thing about the samurai that I've discovered is they weren't just these guys running around with armor and swords on their belts. In fact, they were highly educated, and they were encouraged from a very young age to have a devotion to other hobbies and other pursuits besides just the martial arts. Many of them were prolific poets and calligraphers. They also had a strong affinity for the tea ceremony and the simplicity and the sanctity of the moment of the tea ceremony. Many of them also were gardeners and enjoyed keeping bonsai trees. So, when you think about Bushidō and the code at which they lived, it was a holistic way of living. It wasn't just about, learning how to fight. And what I also have learned is that although the idea and the concept around Kaizen has become popularized in the Western world to be interpreted as this idea of continuous improvement, and it's usually referred to in a business or process kind of sense. In fact, Kairo is a word that better describes that. And Kaizen is really it's a personal act of improvement. So it's really about self-improvement. And when you break down the kanji for Kaizen, Kai, the first kanji, when you look at it, is really this idea of whipping the self. And Zen can be translated as good or virtuous. And so you have this kind of, when you put it all together, there's this idea of, self-discipline and goodness. And so this change for the better, right? So we're wanting to change ourselves to become better. And it's about wanting to become better for those that are around us, right? And so it's not really directed towards a process per se. Like it's about us personally. And so when you think about the way that the samurai used to live, they were constantly practicing, constantly looking for ways to improve all of the different things that they did. And this self-improvement, this Kaizen mindset was evident in how they used to live. And so I think it's symbolic of how we could, really think about living our lives in a way that honors all of the different virtues of the Bushidō code. And if you dig into always improving lessons from the samurai, I go in depth into each of those within the book. And so I'm not going to do the same thing on this podcast, but I think it's important to recognize that there is a lot that we could, improve upon on a regular basis as well. So that's why I really feel like there's this symbiotic connection between these virtuous ways of living and then constantly improving the self. Because I don't ever think that as a person that you've arrived at anything. So just to summarize the conversation for this episode, the philosophy behind Bushido and Kaizen, this idea of continuous self-improvement or change for the better for, the purpose of living a more harmonious life with those around us. I mean, what could be better than that? So I'm going to leave you with a question again. And this one, I think, would fall into like a deeply personal question. So how can these principles improve upon your personal and professional life? Something to think about. And if you enjoyed this episode and the last episode, I highly encourage you to join me on the next episode. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of The Samurai's Guide to Work-Life Mastery. We hope today's insights inspire you to take one more step toward harmony, growth, and purpose in your life. This episode was brought to you by Always Improving, Lessons from the Samurai. If you'd like to dive deeper into the ideas discussed today, you can grab your copy of the book through the link in the show notes. While you're there, don't forget to check out Steve's website for additional resources and tools to help you on your journey. You can also subscribe to the newsletter for exclusive tips, updates, and content to keep your growth on track. As a thank you for joining the newsletter, you will get a free copy of Steve's book, The Path to Harmony, Practical Steps to Finding Purpose and Meaning in Your Work. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the show, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who's ready to master the art of work-life harmony.